Welcome back. We've been talking with the Minister of Mines on the mining sector roadmap. Coming up next, find out what happens to the concession deal of Ajaokuta Steel Company. Join us again. I recall that the federal government muted the introduction of mining police. How far have you gone with this?
We have a task force in place,
okay,
and vehicles have been bought for them. But I want to say, considering the activities of illegal miners, that is still not enough. The capacity to monitor these activities is not still enough. And if we can get enough, there will be more revenue coming in. Because I remember very well that when we started, what was coming in was little in terms of royalties. But when we had this, we inaugurated this mining police, or the surveillance task force, and increased funding to our federal mines officers, our revenue tripled within a short time. So if we are given the more support in terms of capacity, in terms of logistics, a lot more will be generated from mining.
But many of these reforms appear to be coming very slow and sloppy.
We will look at it that way, but I believe
in
that
spite of the huge investments coming into the sector.
I
wouldn't, the federal government increasing the budgeting, and yet
I wouldn't agree with you in that.
The train of reform still looks slow and sloppy.
Considering where we are coming from, this sector was ignored for a long time. I think we should be giving credit for all the reforms we've been able to put in place.
Is the roadmap time bound? Because if investors are coming in, investors are bringing in the issue of liquidity.
You should understand where we are coming from. And if you listen to me very well, you will know where we are today. And you'll be able to appreciate what we've been able to do. Today, artisanal miners are part and parcel of what this reform is all about. And I want to tell you, if you take gold alone, if we are able to do what we want to do, fund them, purchase this gold for them, there are already what we've never had, refineries being set up to refine gold, and the central bank is ready to take this gold as its reserve instead of keeping dollar. You know what is happening globally. So it's better for them to reserve gold than that. And the gold will be Nigerian gold, produced by Nigerians. And the off-takers will be central bank. So we are on that. Look at limestone. What we've been able to do in limestone. Limestone is Nigerian limestone that is being used now to produce cement. And we are now self-sufficient in cement and now exporting cement. We want to do the same thing in agriculture, using phosphates for fertilizer. We want to do the same thing in steel, using our iron ore to produce steel.
One of Nigeria's biggest scenic signposts in mining investments seems to be the Ajaokuta Steel Company. Interestingly, my own dad worked in Ajaokuta Steel Company, and I remember that he went on a one-year training in India. And so when people talk about Ajaokuta Steel Company, it touches some raw nerve of passion in me to hear of such a country with a huge prospect. Analysts back then said that it has the potential of putting Nigeria, Brazil, and Indonesia on the same level of industrialization. But now it seems it has fallen on bad times, and we kept going back and forth. No clear sight about the concessioning deal. What's happening to Ajaokuta Steel Company? Is your administration going to leave the same serial misadventure of the Ajaokuta Steel Company before the end of this tenure?
Our intention is to break the Jinx, and we've just been doing that. And I want to tell you, at the level we are now, I think we are almost there. We've been able to get clearance from the BPP to engage transaction advisors. Or the legal issues surrounding Ajaokuta have been sorted out. We've received more than 11 interests from investors, and this time around what we want to do is to ensure that whoever is going to be the one to operate now either in partnership or concession, has to be a company that has